performances by Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins each had 100 yards, and the Chiefs have scored 80 points in their first 2 games. On the other side, the Steelers have not looked good at all, starting their season with a tie and a loss. So, Shannon, are the Chiefs that good, or are the Steelers that bad?
Skip, you know I'm a firm believer 2 things can be true.
Yep.
I believe this Chiefs offense is that good,
Okay.
and the Steelers defense is trash.
Okay.
Because we just saw them last year in the playoffs give up 45 to Jacksonville, and we're talking about Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles got 45 against the Steelers defense, and I believe this is why you and I, neither one of us picked them to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Correct.
Because of this defense. Now, you remember a couple of years ago, they fired Dick LeBeau because they said the zone blitz and Dick LeBeau, he was archaic in his thinking.
Yep.
Come to find out, it's not Dick LeBeau's system. It's these players that he has.
Yep.
Steelers, all their money is vested on the offensive side of football. You look at, they got like $14 million if Le'Veon comes back. They got another 17, 18 million tied up in Ben. They got $16 million tied up in Antonio Brown. Their left tackle, their center, their guard get paid top dollar for their position. So all their money is on the offensive side of the football. Basically, they got a few dollars tied up in Hayward, the D tackle. But that's it, Skip. They're not very good. It's as simple as that. They aren't good. Kansas City's offense, when you talk about Tyreek Hill has track speed, but he's a football player, which is a rarity. Normally, guys that can run that fast, they don't play football very well. He can fly. Sammy Watkins, he can get deep. This is why they paid him, Skip, because he has that kind of ability.
They
outbid
my Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, and you see why. Travis Kelce, I believe, is the second best tight end in football behind Rob Gronkowski.
More athletic than Shannon Sharp, but I
wouldn't go all that far. I know he's the best. He's the best tight end I've ever seen in Kansas City, but that's none of my business.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Whoa!
Kareem Hunt led the league in rushing, can catch the ball out of the backfield. And the thing that I think Andy loves about Mahomes, Skip, he'll put the ball up. He'll throw the ball down the field. He's not worried about his completion percentage. He's not worried about his QBR or his ratings. He's throwing the ball down the field. And we know points come out of, in big plays, come out of putting the ball up. So 2 things are true at play here. Kansas City's offense is that good. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense is that bad. And when you combine those 2 things together, you get a guy in his second year throwing for 6 touchdowns. And in 2 games, the first 2 games of the season, nobody in the history of the NFL has had more touchdown passes than what Patrick Mahomes has done in his first 2 weeks.
Correct.
And this is why.
By the way, a third thing could be true also.
What?
Pittsburgh's offense is really explosive.
Yes!
They get down 21-0, and then they go boom, 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 and it's 21-21.
Yes.
And then Kansas City wins the third quarter, 14-7, and then here comes Ben back in the fourth quarter. And if I just show you the stats, which we don't have time to go through for this game, if you just looked at the stats and didn't know the outcome, you might think the Steelers won their home game because they didn't turn it over 1 time, and they had more yards than Mahomes' offense had. Both teams went 4 for 4 in the red zone, which is pretty great. You know, both combined 8 for 8 in the red zone. They're just cashing like crazy. Now, quick thought on Mahomes. We've had him on the show before that draft. He's a great kid. He's made of the right stuff. His father was a very good big league pitcher. And yet what I said about him at Texas Tech is he is a high-risk, high-reward interception thrower. So just for the record, at Texas Tech as the starting quarterback, he had 2 games of 6 interceptions, 2 of 6. He had 4 games of 5 interceptions and 8 games of 4 interceptions. These are a high, once it goes, it just goes, because he will try just about anything at any time. But the beautiful thing that's happening is once Andy Reid says, that's my guy, then Andy Reid, who is a savant at teaching young quarterbacks, and we saw what he did with Donovan McNabb and on and on. Well, he's going to make him the best he can be. And so far, so great. Will he try some things later this year that he shouldn't try and throw some picks? He probably will. But now we're back to this question. I think this was far more about Pittsburgh. It's just a troubled football team, and I can't figure all of it out. But the way they turned on Le'Veon, I've never seen that before. We talked about we'd never seen Vontae Davis, somebody just retire at halftime. I'd never seen a team just turn on its star running back when his money is on the table in question. And they all said, heck with him. And so now, I don't know, do they bring back Le'Veon? They only had 33 yards rushing yesterday, so it was all through the flying circus through the air. But do you think they'll bring back Le'Veon this week? Probably so. I think they probably do. Will that fix what ails them? I don't think it will. I don't know.
you look at Mahomes, Skip, he was 23 of 28, 326, 6 touchdowns. They had all these points on 54 plays. The average game is somewhere between 60 and 65 plays.
Yeah, this kid in his second game starting is just saying, I'll take that, then I'll take that, and then I'll do that.
What makes them so difficult is that you almost have to play exclusively zone because Tyreek Hill is so fast. He eats up a cushion. Okay, now you got Travis Kelce. What are you going to do with him? You're going to take your line? You want your linebacker or your safety dealing with Travis Kelce? And then you got Sammy Watkins on the other side. Running backs like having what we call light box, Skip. They don't want that 8th guy. They want 6 or 7. So now, and plus we got to worry about, we got Sammy Watkins on one side, we got Tyreek Hill, and we got Travis Kelce. If he doesn't turn the ball over, because remember, you mentioned those games, he had 8 games with 4 interceptions. I think he also had a game where he threw for 700 yards.
No, he does. No, he does. Against my Oklahoma City.
Yeah, he had a game where he threw for 700 yards.
No, I got it.
We know what
he's got a huge arm. Yeah, and he's got great charisma about him.
What game was that, Skip? Was that? I think that was in the preseason Atlanta where he threw the ball 70 yards in the air to Tyreek Hill.
No, he did. He outthrew 2 defenders on that throw.
So,
okay, remember, bottom line, Mike Tomlin's forte and expertise is the defensive side, so something's going to have to give here pretty soon.
You can go defense all you want to, but at the end of the day, Skip, you better have some studs.
Yep.
Yeah, Bob Baffert has 2 Triple Crown winners. 2, American Pharaoh and Justified. They're not Shetland ponies. They're not Clydesdale. They're not Shires. You know, I know about, your boy, a horse guy.
I'm a horse guy, too.
No, you don't know about no
I'm a horse gal.
I won the Eclipse Award for horse race coverage. You got to give me a break. How? Because I was really good at it.
Recount.
Oh,
Yep, I want to recount.
That was a long
Something
time
we all
ago,
agree
but
on?
I did.
Yeah.
Surprising. Is it time for the Browns to go to Baker Mayfield? Who do we got to call? We'll discuss that next.